Customs and Border Protection announcing today they're temporarily closing down a port of entry in Eagle Pass, Texas, to help deal with an influx of migrants illegally crossing.
Here in Arizona, the Tucson sector has temporarily reduced staff at the Lukeville port of entry to assist Border Patrol agents, also seeing a rise in illegal crossings. Fox 10's Marissa Sarbach joins us live from a migrant crossing area right now. Marissa.
Yeah, John, Christina, and it has certainly been busy here all afternoon. We are about a mile from the port of entry in Lukeville, where many of those migrants come through to get apprehended by Border Patrol agents. Now, CBP actually says that they saw a decrease in migrant crossings in October, but in November, we saw an increase, which is why they needed to move some of that personnel from the port of entry to this migrant area where you see many of the crossings. Now, take a look behind me. We've seen, again, a steady increase all throughout the day, all throughout the afternoon. We got here about 2 o'clock, which is when CBP actually shut that area and not shut it down, but they had redirected some of the personnel from that port over to this area just to assist those Border Patrol agents. Now, Tucson is a massive sector. It's significantly larger than Yuma, which is our other sector here in Arizona. It's 262 miles wide. The agency says it's one of their busiest for illegal crossings. They have almost 4,000 agents working in this sector. The port of entry in Lukeville, where people cross legally, is less than a mile from where we're at right now. It's seen significantly longer wait times already because of the lack of staff operating it. We spoke with some Americans who were coming back across, and they said it was a 2-hour wait. That was about an hour ago. CBP says Eagle Pass, Texas, has seen a similar increase in migrants crossing illegally lately, forcing one of their ports of entry to close temporarily. So again, we didn't see that closure here in Lukeville, but we did see a reduction in staff at that port of entry. Now, we spoke with some of the migrants here in Lukeville today, most of them coming from Guinea. One man says it took him 3 weeks to get here, and a good portion of that trip was by foot. He says he is seeking political asylum with his wife.
We have a very, very, very difficult in Guinea. The poverty, the persecution, road shows, no? My life is in danger. He make the fire in my shop.
We asked a spokesperson for CBP how long we will see this reduction in personnel at the port of entry there in Lukeville, and how long we'll see them here at the areas where migrants typically cross illegally. He said it's until that becomes more of a manageable level for these Border Patrol agents. Reporting live in Lukeville, Marissa Sarbach for Fox 10 News. John, Christina.
Marissa, a couple of things. Number one, when the border agents are being moved to areas to process people coming in claiming asylum, they can't really protect the border at that point because all the resources are going toward managing people trying to get into the country.
It's interesting. So the ones that are moving are actually CBP. So they fall under the personnel title for Customs and Border Protection under that umbrella, but they're not specifically Border Patrol agents. They work the ports. Their job is now to assist these Border Patrol agents. So they kind of have a different job, but right now they're going to be working this open area in between the wall where you see these openings like behind me.
And Marissa, we've seen a pretty steady flow across the border of migrants coming across, but what's the reason for this latest surge?
We're actually not sure, and CBP releases those numbers monthly. We're not sure why the spike right now. As you heard earlier, October was down, so it's interesting to see the increase here, the jump for November. We don't really have a reason why. Of course, we're always interested to see where these migrants are coming from, and things have certainly changed. Even depending on the sectors that you're in, it changes where you see people coming in from. Most of the people in this group, though, came from Guinea, so it's just interesting to see how those numbers change and how they kind of divert depending on what sector you're in. I've seen different things over when I've been in Yuma, and here in the Tucson sector, which is obviously significantly bigger, we're seeing kind of a different change, and it really depends on the month too, but we don't have a reason why yet.
Okay, Marissa Sarbach for us.
Marissa, thanks.
Thank you.